Good morning, Philippines, and to the other side of the world, good morning, and maybe it's also a good evening. I'll be doing by this time is that we'll be preheating the half-cooked empanadas. See, these are the half-cooked empanadas. This is how it will look. Or actually, I'm not wearing gloves because my hands are already clean. I washed it already, and what I am using with the camera is I I put inside the selfie stick, which is holding the camera inside a metal bottle, so that our hands will still be sterilized, and we will not be contaminating the food, because of course when we cook on the food, we must be first be uh, so when we deal with food, we must take importance of sanitation. So when we are not using gloves, then we must not touch anything besides the food and the cooking utensils that we will be using. The pan that we'll be using here is about 1 foot and 5 inches in diameter, and the width is, how tall it is about 5 inches, and the oil is maybe not so much, not so full, like above half, like 3/4 of the pan, so that when is my nephew. So when we put on the empanadas, the oil will not overflow, or when that point that the oil will be boiling, it will not overflow also. So the oil is almost on its boiling point. Quiet. My nephews are trying to distract me. It's been a long time that they're not shown in my vlogs. So these half cooks were just put in the pan, or heated for just a very quick time, like it is on a maximum heat, maximum fire, so that the dough, this one, its crust will harden very quickly, because if you are going to expose it in a longer period of time, and it will just cook on the fillings inside. So with that, the empanada is just being half cooked for a very quick time. Then it is safe to preserve it on the actual time that it will be on the actual time, earliest time before the orders will be picked up. Hope I didn't confuse you with that. So since our oil is not yet boiling, it's not yet hot, we'll still have to talk and talk. Have a talk here. So I'm using this one to
get the empanada.
I still have to answer your phone. So for a while we will have a chit chat while the oil is not yet
Ako sa
hot. No. Um, no. Nephew is very distracting. It's already lunch here, lunchtime. And since the order is will be around 2 p.m., it will be about 3 people, so 3 customers. So I have to cook it even it's lunchtime.
We're
I
five.
sacrifice my lunch, my meal.
We're
I'll be
five.
having my lunch later. Quiet. Ah, we did half cook when it is when we have some plans during the day, and when occasionally we have short in time and the orders are pick up time of the order are um, at the same time, then and the orders are very plenty. I don't know how to say it. So we may half cook because when we directly cook it and with that very plenty orders, it will really take time because we will have to make on the dough. We will have to mix it, and we will have to um, um, the process of making the wrapper afterwards, like molding the doughs into circles, one circle for each empanada, and we will have to have flattened it and then and make the dumplings of empanada. It will really take time, so much better to prepare a half cook. And anyways, you will not be the mood when you'll be making it will not be very tense because you are not after the time. Right? You have plenty of time and you can even rest for a while. You can relax. Unlike if you directly cook it, then it will really be very panicking. Everything will be so rushed. I will show you later when the oil is already hot. I will show you when I will be frying the empanada.
Pico, pico, te pico.
So the oil is almost ready for frying. As you see, we can see movements of the oil swirling, a slow swirl. We can get near the camera to the pan because we may expose it to heat. Who knows what might happen. So I think this is ready already because it's already moving. You see the surface of the oil, so that signifies that the oil is already hot. So for every batch to cook, every batch to cook, it is much better to only have 40 pieces, but this pan can handle 50 pieces, but it will be very tight. It's much better for it to be much looser. There will be spacing so that the empanada can be exposed very well to the heat. Almost all of its surface will contact the heat, and that it will be cooked all over. See, it's already boiling. It is producing bubbles and it is not on the bottom. It is trying to rise on the top. But that means the oil is already very hot and ready for frying. So we will only put on 40 pieces of empanada. How many already? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have already put 10 pieces So 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Did I miscount it? 32, 34. This is still 34 pieces, and as you see, it's getting tighter, and empanada is like trying to overlap on each other. It is much better. You can see the empanada is floating and moving on the oil, so that is deep frying. But still, this is, you can say, use up with the space, remaining space here, to make it 40, because I have put only 34. It's 36, 38, 40. Okay. I'm using my kinky to press on the screen of the cell phone so that I will not contaminate on the food. I don't know if I was touching it. And anyways, it is already on the heat, so the microbes will be killed. See? Kinky away. So you can leave it like that, or you can also flip it over so that both sides will be exposed, because the heat is coming from the bottom, so you have to flip it side by side, or other side to side, so that both sides will be exposed to the heat that's coming from the bottom of the pan. That. So it will take time for this one to change to brown color. It is already cooked. This one is overcooked. I have overcooked this one. It was left there lately. Maybe my mother didn't see it, that I didn't. It was left here, but the fire is already turned off. I got it when I already put on the fire. So the fire is not anymore there, but the oil was still hot, so it was slowly cooking this until it is this brown. It is overcooked. We still have many empanadas there to follow. Okay, I'll let you see later. I'll let you see later when it is almost cooked, and then we can end this video. So as we are seeing right now, the crevices are very perfectly smooth because we have provided spaces for each empanada. We didn't make it very tight, just enough for it to the heat to be distributed to the empanadas for each. And slowly flip it, or you can just leave it just like that. It will just cook. I don't know, sometimes you don't have to, you don't need to flip it, because the oil will just cook of both sides. But sometimes also, maybe of the many factors, there are precipitates that are like overcooked precipitates underneath that will hinder the heat of the fire to contain the oil. So that's why sometimes, or most of the time, you really have to flip the empanada so that you will not have one side with darkened color and the other side the light color. See? It's very nice when we provide spacing for the empanadas. It's almost cooked, but still white. So it is already cooked. See? I've already gathered here. I was cleaning my internal storage because I have only a small size of internal storage in my cell phone. So happily I was able to catch up when this is already cooked. It is almost being taken from the pan, but I was able to catch up. So we will turn off the fire so that the cooking will stop and it will not overcook on the empanada. So see, I am pressing it and it's not anymore soft. It's a bit hardened, but not really hard. It will be much hardened when it is already dried up on its strainer. I have prepared a strainer here. We have lunch. We're eating lunch. That is a strainer and a cloth. You can also use other besides a cloth underneath the strainer. You can use what do you call this? A tray. So you did enjoy what we are doing today. It is our family business, and we've been doing this for almost can I say half a century? No, I think almost 30 years already. So I'm still a kid by the time we started. So I have to say my byes here. Hi, until my next vlog. Please get updated. Click on the bell button and put your comment down below. And please like the video and subscribe if you want to follow me and get updated. Hey guys.